Hi, welcome to RAMESHSOFT video tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about constructors versus abstract class, interface, and service provider class. Can we create an object for abstract class? We cannot create the object for abstract class. So can we create and execute the constructor for abstract class? Yes, sir. We can create even though we are not allowed to create object for abstract classes. Still, we can create and execute the constructors for abstract classes by using super constructor call mechanisms using through inheritance. Next one. So can we create the object for service provider class? Yes, sir. Service provider class we can also call as a concrete class. We can create object for service provider class or concrete classes, and we can directly execute the constructors for service provider classes or concrete classes. So third one. Can we create and execute the constructor for interfaces? No. We cannot create and execute the constructors for interfaces because whatever we define inside interface, every variable is by default public static final. As the variables are final, we cannot initialize that variables with a constructor. That's why we cannot create and execute the constructors for interface. Now, number one. So can we create object for abstract class? No, we cannot create object for abstract class. Can we create and execute the constructs for abstract classes? Yes, sir, but not directly. But we can create and execute the constructs for abstract classes by using super constructor call mechanisms using inheritance. Next one. Can we create object for service provider classes? Yes, sir. We can create object for service provider classes. Can we create and execute the constructors of service provider classes? Yes, sir. We can create and execute the constructors for service provider class or concrete class directly. Can we create and execute the constructors for interfaces? No, we cannot create and execute the constructors for interfaces, as well as first of all we cannot create object for what? Interfaces, because by default it contains what? Abstract methods. Now see here, let me show it all those things in practical. So I'm taking one class new. I'm taking class as a test 4. Now let me take now see here what I'm doing. Now I'm taking one interface something. I'm taking as a hello. Now so inside this interface I am declaring one variable as a string name is equal to RAMESHSOFT. So watch my interface videos so you'll get clear cut knowledge on it. So I explained in detail. So inside interface, whenever we declare the variables, whether we declare or not, by default every variable is become public static final. Now see here, so even though you declare in this way, it will be same public static final. That is inside interface, whenever we declare the variables, by default every variable is become public static final whether we declare or not. Inside interface, whatever we declare the methods, by default every method is become public abstract. Now I am writing void something like display. Now whether we declare or not, every method is become by default what? Public and abstract. By default we are not required to bother about it. Public and abstract. Now see here what I am doing. I am taking one class hello impl implements hello. Now we need to provide implementations for that abstract method in the child class. Now I am providing implementations. Now I am overriding it syso of, here I am writing as a display. Now see here, if we don't provide any implementations for this interface, right? So we need to declare the class as a what? Abstract. And again, who is responsible? One more child class. Now I am taking one more child class hello impl1. Now extends hello impl. Now see here what I am doing. Now here I am providing implementations for this method. Now let me provide the implementations. Now I'm writing SYSO of display method. Now see here, so this is the interface, this is the abstract class, this is the service provider class or concrete class. So can we create and execute the constructors for this concrete class? Yes. Now see here what I'm doing, public. Now let me create hello impl1. Now I'm writing this one as a, so I'm letting a default constructor. So inside the constructors, whether we write or not, by default one statement will be there. Super, right? So here what I'm doing is just observe here SYSO of, so service provider class constructor. Service provider class constructor. So can we create constructors in abstract classes? Yes. Now Control C. Now here I'm writing, so inside the first statement always should be super. So whether we write or not, compiler is going to take care. If you write, then compiler won't place. If you don't write, then compiler always place. Now abstract class constructor. Now see here what I'm doing. Now, so can we create the object for interface? We cannot create the object for interface because it is going to have what? All abstract methods is equal to new hello. So if you try to create object for the interface, we will get compile time error. Now see here, we cannot create, we cannot instantiate the object for what? Interface. Now put the cursor over here. Now see here what is the error I'm getting? Cannot instantiate the type interface because it is the interface. Now let me create the object for this abstract class. We cannot create the object for abstract class. Now is equal to, now see here, can we create the object for abstract class? We cannot create the object for abstract class. So if we are not allowed to create object for abstract class, so it means we cannot create and execute the constructor for abstract classes. Yes, we can execute it by using what is the mechanism? Super constructor call mechanism. Just observe here. Now can we create object for service provider class? Yes, we can create object for service provider classes. Now see here, new hello impl1. Now see here, whenever I create the object, so hello impl1 default constructor is going to be executed. So it will come to here. Now inside this hello impl1 default constructor, what is the first statement I am having? Super, which refers what? Parent class default constructor. For this class, who is the parent class? Hello impl class. In this parent class, is there any default constructor? Yes sir. Now inside this, what is the first statement is there? Super. So for this class, who is the parent class? Whether we extends or not, in Java, every class by default is become the parent class of whom? Object class. So object class parent class constructor will be executed, and then abstract class constructor will be executed, and then service provider class constructor is going to be executed. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here, abstract class constructor, we are executing it or not? Yes. But am I creating object for abstract class? No. But still am I able to execute the constructor for abstract class constructor or not? Yes. How? By using super constructor call mechanisms, using what is that? Inheritance. Now, so what I'm doing, just observe here, I'm taking one more constructor, parameterized constructor I'm taking. Now just observe here what I'm doing. I'm taking parameterized constructor. So hello impl. Now just observe here what I'm doing. So I'm passing one parameter string name. Now here, just observe here. So I'm in this abstract class, how many constructors I'm having? Two constructors. One is parameterized constructor with string, one more is default constructor. So I want to execute these two constructors. Now see here what I'm doing. Now instead of super, now I'm using this of I'm writing here masters in Java with Selenium in real time running. in real time training. Just observe here what happens. So really this constructor is executing or not. Really just observe it. So here I'm writing SYSO of. So here I'm writing abstract class parameterized constructor. Now see here inside the constructors whether we write or not, always the first statement should be super until unless we don't write this. Now super. Now see here what happens. So when I run this program, first it will execute what? Hello IMPL1 default constructor. So it will come here. So inside this, what is the first statement I am having? Super. Super refers what? Parent class default constructor. Who is the parent class default? Who is the parent class for it? Hello IMPL. Now it will come to hello IMPL. In this class, is there any default constructor? Yes. Inside this, what I am calling this. So this is a constructor call which always refers what? Current class constructors. So in this current class, is there any constructor with a string? Yes, this is the constructor. This constructor is going to be executed. Now see here, right click, run as Java application. Now see here. So abstract class parameter is a constructor, abstract class default constructor, and service provider default constructor. So even though my class is abstract, still are we able to execute the constructors? Yes, but we cannot create the object. Now what I'm doing, just observe here. Now I'm taking string some name. So I'm assigning these values to this dot name is equal to name. So I'm going to get what now? Compile time error, because this comma super constructor call should be must and should be there as a part of what? First statement of the constructors. Otherwise we'll get compile time error. Now it will work fine because we can perform initialization of this name by using the constructor. Yes. Now let me declare this one as a final. Now let me declare this one as a final. Now see here what happens. Now see here, let me run this program. Right click, run as Java application. Now see here, still are we able to perform the initialization? Yes. But whenever the variables that are there as the part of this interface, by default those are what? Public static final. That's why we cannot perform initialization of this variables. That means we cannot create and execute the what? Constructors of this interface, because this interface can have what? Abstract methods, and inside interface all the variables by default are what? Public static final. That's why we cannot create and execute the constructors for interfaces, right? So let's quickly revise things. Can we create object for service provider class? Yes, we can create object for service provider classes, but we cannot create objects for abstract classes and interfaces. We can create and execute the constructors for service provider class directly, but we cannot create and execute the constructors for interfaces. But we can create and execute the constructors for abstract classes, even though we are not allowed to create object by using super constructor call mechanisms. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day. Thank you so much.